Hello everyone, I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and this reading is for Donald John Trump for Tuesday, September 1st. And the top row up here will be for his actions, and the bottom row will show his karma. Okay, so 5 cards for his actions for the day. And we may or may not see these actions in the news. Okay. And 5 cards for his karma, his experience for the day, what he'll be receiving. And again, whether or not we actually see this come out. Okay. So for his actions for the day, we have the 2 of Cups, indicating he would be reaching out in partnership. I don't know. Oh my God. Every day we get this with his hand out, more money. How do I get to more money? Give me the money. That's him. And acting in very, very foolish ways to get more money, to keep his so-called dynasty, going, his family fortune, and then the haste. Okay, so I'll add on a little more with that, but let's get these cards laid out again. Or first, so with what he's receiving, we have the Emperor. Now this may very well be reversed. The reversed meaning. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Star, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Okay. So as usual, I often have to read these cards in the inverse meaning, the inverted meaning, as if they were reversed, but I leave them upright so that you can see the symbolism and so that I can read the symbolism as well. So with what he's doing for the day, he's, it's probably just like a normal work day for him. He connects with whoever he can to help him get what he wants. With him, of course, it's always about money, and that's why he wants the influence. This could have to do with a morning call into one of the liars on Fox News. He's got Sean Hannity and who's that other guy? Tucker Carlson. So it could be that he connects with one of these guys and then is very foolish about something he says about money. I read cards directionally, and the Fool is facing that opportunity for money and resources, influence, all the practical influences or resources of the earth. So something foolish to get what he wants from someone else, and the reason for that is to amass as much money as he can. And then something later on that he does during the day that's really, really hasty. Now, just on a logical level, I don't even need my intuition to go here. What I have to say about this is that I have a feeling, I have a sense, and it's logical and intuitive, I suppose. I have a sense that he's trying to get as much money as he can into his coffers. Now, granted, it's pretty obvious that he is involved in money laundering. If I'm wrong about that, then let's just stay with how much money he takes into, his resorts, and how he does that as he travels. This is a traveling card around the world, and especially his trips to Mar-a-Lago, and with just his security detail, not anything else. But just his security detail, he's up to about $900,000, so almost $1 million have been paid out by the taxpayers in order to protect him when he goes to Mar-a-Lago. And they rent rooms there from anywhere between $700 and over $1,000 a night to stay while they protect him. And that gets put through the, of course, the funds that are taxpayers that that we pay. So that's what's going on, I believe, behind the scenes. That is very foolish, and I don't think he's going to ever talk about that. But anyway, to get back to what I was thinking along with the line here is that if you can get the money going, if you're him, and if you can get the money going into your into your coffers, if we just look at this card as being Trump Organization Incorporated, and because his kids help him run it, and but he's of course the micromanager at the top, and he never has divested his interest. But back to my train of thought here, if we could give him some credit for being smart enough to get as much money as he can going through there, and then maybe later on it gets funneled into another offshore, bank account or whatever. Maybe it hastily gets put somewhere else, because wherever he's going after this charade of his presidency, or charade is over, he's going to need money to get away. And especially at the end, when the legal system comes down on him, let's imagine, presidency is over, he lost, but you guys please vote, don't ever forget to you guys still gotta vote. I don't think he's gonna win, but we do need to vote. But just imagine that what he's trying to do is get as much money as possible going through the Trump Organization, so that he has funds for taking off for later on. Because probably legally what's going to happen is there will be lawsuits against him that come so quickly. They're all lined up and waiting for him. They're ready to go, and many of them have already begun, especially with Southern District of New York, because he can be sued by the states, even though he has protection, federally, but not by state. So all these lawsuits coming at him, at some point someday, are going to seize his assets. And when that happens, he no longer can, take money out. So for him to get the money in, and then get it out into another account as quickly as possible, I would think is his MO at this point, and has been since the get-go. So what he's receiving, the karma he's receiving, the tyrant, the dictator, the domineering autocrat, the abusive man, this would be the reversed meaning. And then also, the reverse meaning would be that he's no longer in power because of all this abuse, because of all these financial crimes. And the luxury resorts, that these cards are all tied together. So the dictator has his luxury resorts, and he's the star, not really, but we've got a less than B-rated reality TV show star. The best he could do with it is you're fired, So the focus on the dictator holding on to his luxury resorts, but using the luxury resorts as the way to fill his coffers, his family coffers. If it weren't for his relationship, I also read the cards in the in the knighting position. So the star card knights over here to the Two of Cups. So here we are with these people that think that they've got a connection with the star, and that's the reason that they want to stay at his resorts, and you know, all these people that are in things just for the money. I mean, anybody with any integrity would never work for the guy, but we have massive amounts of people who do work for him. So along the lines of his so-called star power, the karma he's creating has to do with, you know, when I put these two cards together, this is the Apprentice show. So there could be some karma that comes through from the past as to people who worked on the show with him, and they come through and they're going to speak up. They're going to have the courage to speak up because they're no longer afraid of him and they're appalled by what he's been doing. So that may come more out into, you know, the limelight. Yeah, people are pissed off. And they're not afraid to speak up. Wow. So I would read this card in the reverse position as well, as in he's not able to tame his inner beast, and hence, because of that, he does have no inner strength. He doesn't really have any inner strength. It's all this facade of money, and deep down inside we have a very scared, 2-year-old toddler in his wounding, and who was separated from his mother. And we also have the 13-year-old who was sent away to boarding school when his mother couldn't handle him. Yeah, so his read on another level, his karma, like if we look at it over the lifetimes, beyond, if we look beyond this lifetime, this could mean that he someday is going to really have to work hard to make a living in order to have any type of inner strength. Because he's worked in the devious ways all his lifetime. This lifetime, at some point, he will have to pay for that. This can be the card of work and toil, and sometimes it's not about doing what you love. It's about just having to make ends meet. In the highest sense, it has to do with you love what you do so much that you it doesn't even feel like work. But in his case, if he doesn't stop lying and he doesn't grow up at some point in his next lifetime, it's like, who would trust this person? Because he will have magnetized within his soul substance. It's just a liar. And people would, most anybody with good sense would feel that. Yeah, except for the people who are still supporting him. And, I can't even give voice to what that must be like to be that deluded. So, okay, that's all I'm seeing for today. Thanks, you guys. Take good care, and I'll be back later. Okay, bye.